Hello, sixth graders. We are in our final week of our distance learning, so I'm sure you all are excited about that. So if you look in Google Classroom, you see that we are on Learning Module 4, Section 1, or Lesson 1 this week. And it lists what you were supposed to do step by step there, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. So today and tomorrow I'll be reading this book aloud to you, and it is called Love That Dog by Sharon Creech. And I want to talk to you a little bit about this book first before you watch the video of me reading the book to you. So this book is about a sixth grade boy named Jack, and in his teacher Miss Stretchberry's class, they work on poetry all year long. So I think it starts at the beginning of his sixth grade year in September and goes all the way through the whole school year, and he's writing in a journal each day about his experience with poetry. And so that's kind of like an overview of the book. I will read the first half of the book to you today, and then the second half of the book to you tomorrow. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the attachments and how it's set up for you this week. So as always, I have that slide in there that you can look at just like when you would first walk into the classroom, and it tells you watch the instructional video first. Hopefully everyone's been doing that because it'll make it a whole lot easier on you. And then click on the video link in Google Classroom of me reading Love That Dog, which I'll show you here in a minute. You'll listen to me read it, and while you're listening to me read the book aloud, I want you jotting down your thinking and taking notes. So think along the lines of when I read during the first semester, I read Freak the Mighty to you, and while I was reading every day, you were taking notes. And the way we took our notes then is you divided your paper into the 3 sections. Remember, and you wrote down in the first section, what did you notice? In the second column, it was what did you wonder? What questions did you have? And then in that third column, you were jotting down your inferences. Your, oh, well, maybe. You can take the notes like that, or you can take them however it works for you, just as long as you are jotting down your thinking and you're taking notes. Okay, so I'm going to show you this right here. If you click on that, and I'm going to show you now, those are some student notes from last year. Let me find it. There it is. So these are notes that one of my boys took last year, and he did his, and I taught him this. And since you weren't with me since spring break, I would have taught you how to take notes this way. So you don't have to do it this way, but I'll show you real quick how you do that. So you would divide your paper in half, and you would just jot down on this side like what the book says. So as I'm reading it to you, what did the book say? So for example, right there he says, meaning Jack says he doesn't write poems. And then it's what I say or think, and he jotted down, oh, well, I think he'll become an amazing writer at the end. So we kind of made an inference. And so the whole left side of his page is just what was the book saying while I was reading it, what did the text say, and on that side was just his thinking. Some of it was things he noticed, some of it was questions he had, and some of it were his inferences. So that's just another way that you can take notes while I'm reading, and you can do it a different way as long as you're taking notes, because you are going to use the notes that you take from the first day today and tomorrow when I finish reading the book, and those notes are going to help you with your Section 3 and Section 4 assignments for this week. So just make sure you're taking notes, and yes, you will turn those in. So I do want to see your notes, so you will take a picture of it. So I'm going to go back to this part. So I have directions in there for how to turn that in, and I'll talk to you about that here in a minute. I want to make sure you know where to find me reading the book. So that is right here, this attachment where it says Love That Dog Part 1. And so if you will click on that, that's me reading the book aloud to you. And so I'm just going to kind of show you what that looks like. So when you go in, it's going to take you to this site. It tells you it's Part 1, and you just click on it. And I'm going to click on it and just show you so that you'll see. So when you click on it, then it's going to be me reading to you, and I start talking to you and reading the book aloud to you, okay? So don't forget to have me read the book to you, because I also have in there, you could read it on your own, but why, since I read it to you, right? I also put a copy of the book. So the book itself is in there where you could go through and read it yourself, okay? The reason I did that is because when you get to your third and your fourth section, I felt like that would be helpful to have a copy of the book in there. So it's there, but I am reading it to you. So don't forget to click on that, because you don't have to do all that work. I kind of did it for you. So make sure you click on it and I'm reading the first half of the book. It's called Part 1 today. It is about 17 minutes, so not too long. And then right here, it tells you how to upload it into Google Classroom. You're doing it the same way you did with your small animal poem and with your shape poem. Okay, so you go to the bottom of your screen within this lesson, you'll see an up arrow where it says your work. You click on that, add attachment, okay? So hit the up arrow and then click add attachment. And then you'll see the drop down menu. I think it's the 5th one down there. It says use camera. And then you'll take a picture of, and instead of your poem, I'll change that on here. Instead of taking a picture of your poem, you're going to take a picture of your notes. And then you'll click use photo. You'll give it a few seconds to load. And then you're going to click turn in. Okay, so I also included that video from the last 2 weeks where it shows you, where my daughter Delaney showed you how to do that, and we did that with the poem. It's this exact same thing, only this time you're taking a picture of your notes and you're turning in your notes to me. Okay, so that is today's lesson in a nutshell, and I will be back tomorrow to finish reading part 2 of the book Love That Dog to You. Have a great day.